Hi everyone, it's Graham93. I've got another update for you. I've got a fair few bits to show you. Yeah, I'll get on with it. I'll show you the books first, and I'm going to warn you now, all these books are pretty much all the same story base. So, the first one I got was Dragon Age: The Stolen Throne. I've not read it yet, but I'll sort of pick it up while I could find it, because the only other Dragon Age book I've found was Asunder, and I read that one and it was okay, but now that I've played Dragon Age Inquisition, it's a little bit better than what I remembered the book, so yeah, so I got this one, Stolen Throne. Next is Dragon Age: The Calling. I pretty much got this one because I read the back, like the brief synopsis that they give at the back, and it actually sounded pretty good. But I've not had a chance to read it yet, so it looks pretty cool. I mean, the cover looks cool anyway. So next is Dragon Age: Last Flight. Again, I read the back of this one and it sounded pretty good to me. So all about Grey Wardens and what have you. So yeah, it looked pretty good. Whoops, that wasn't meant to happen. Now, these next ones I've been looking for a while, and I didn't think that they was actually going to make anything like this, but I'm so happy that I found them, and it's Dragon Age graphic novel. This one's called The Silent Grove, and yeah, I've read this one and it's pretty good. I'm not going to tell you the story just in case you're planning on getting it, but just briefly, you're following King Alistair, and he's also accompanied on his journey by Varric and Isabella, so yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, I've read this one and it was alright, Silent Grove. Yeah, it was something different. Next is Dragon Age: Those Who Speak. Again, this is following pretty much straight after the Silent Grove. I just quite literally just finished reading this one and it was pretty damn good. And there's also another character that's added into this from the original characters. So I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to spoil it, but this one was pretty good. And lastly, for the books, is Dragon Age Until We Sleep. Not read this one yet, but the cover looks absolutely cool. So I don't know if this is the finale in these books or if there's got to be another one. I hope there's another one because the story's been pretty good so far. So hopefully they carry on with these graphic novels. The artwork in them is really good. I won't show you any of the artwork in that one because I haven't read it, but I'll show you one from the first page. It's like stuff like that. Really, the artwork looks fantastic. Yeah, so it looks really good. They've done it really well. Next, I'll show you the music. The first one is Metallica St Anger. I think this was the last one I needed to get for all the Metallica studio albums. But I don't like buying live albums. I don't know what it is about them, but I prefer just to listen to the studio albums. And I think this was the last one I needed for my Metallica collection. Or apart from Garage Inc., but it's not like a proper studio album. It's a load of covers, I think. So yeah, that one was okay. Not one of their better albums, I must say. Next is Megadeth Super Collider. I actually really enjoyed this album. I'm not a massive Megadeth fan, but this album's definitely well up there. I really enjoyed listening to this album. I think the artwork on the back's great as well. You see their mascot Vic in like it kind of looks like one of the Sentinels in the X-Men series. So yeah, it's a pretty cool album. Next is Marilyn Manson, The Pale Emperor. It's his newest album, just come out a couple of weeks ago now. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I've listened to it loads of times now. I've probably gone about 4 or 5 times since I bought it. Just a great album. Really enjoyed it. So I highly recommend this album. To all those who like Marilyn Manson and waiting on this, you're definitely going to enjoy it. Next is Marilyn Manson, Lest We Forget compilation, or the best of, I should say. I've not listened to everything on this CD yet, but most of the songs I've already got on other albums, so, and I didn't realise it was a best of CD when I got it, because the best of part is covered by this sticker. I only saw it when it was down the side looking at it, so, and on the back as well, but I didn't notice that, so I suppose it can be one that can just stay in my car, really. Next is Slipknot, their debut album, Slipknot. Not really been a massive fan of Slipknot, to be honest, so I'm trying to get into them a bit more. So I decided to get their debut album, and yeah, I quite liked it. So perhaps, I don't know, perhaps I'm getting into them a little bit more. But I never used to be into them, so yeah, so I decided to get their first album. Next is Anthrax, State of Euphoria. I can't really remember a lot about this one, but from what I remember, it was okay. Not one of my favourite albums. It was pretty good, I'd say. I'd say my favourite album is probably Spreading the Disease. I quite like that one. Yeah, this one was okay. Next is Judas Priest, Points of Entry. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really like this album. It's probably the first Judas Priest album that I've listened to and not really enjoyed that much, but it's definitely worth a listen to if you're a Judas Priest fan. But I can't see a lot of people being Judas Priest fans not listening to this album, really. So, and lastly, for the music, is Alice Cooper, School's Out. I just thought that I better get this album, really, because I do quite like Alice Cooper. So and plus, like, obviously, School's Out is probably probably his most famous song. So yeah, I thought I'd get the album. But to be fair, the only song I do like on this album is School's Out. So yeah, it's all right. But right, next with the films. I'll start with non-horrors. And the first one we got is The Bicentennial Man, Robin Williams. I can remember when I was little, I wanted to see this movie all the time, but I could never find it. It was never on the telly, and at the time it would have been videotape, and that was too expensive for me when I was younger. So yeah, I finally got around to getting this. I can remember watching it on telly a couple of years ago. I watched about half of it, and then we had a power cut or something, and power cut into the night, and I missed the rest of the movie, and I was really disappointed. So I picked it up, and I finally watched it all the way through, and I have to say it's a pretty good movie. It's a nice family movie, quite heartwarming as well, really enjoyable. And plus, I've always been a massive fan of Robin Williams. From the first time I saw Aladdin, really, when he was the genie. I've pretty much liked him since then. It was Aladdin and Mrs. Doubtfire that made me a fan of his. They were two of my favourite movies when I was younger. So yeah, there's always going to be a little place in my DVD collection for Robin Williams movies. I've not seen a bad one yet, to be honest. So here's The Bicentennial Man. Next is Good Morning Vietnam. I've only just seen this one recently. I saw it a couple of weeks ago on Sky. I recorded it, and I really enjoyed it. So I've got the DVD. I found it absolutely hilarious. I mean, everyone knows this film now. It's one of his more famous movies. I just found it absolutely hilarious. Not only him, but the I can't remember what the guy's name is now. The one that they get in to replace him. I found him funny as well, but not for his radio show, but when they're all taking the piss out of him. But yeah, this is a great movie. There's not going to be a lot of people that haven't seen this movie. Next is Super Duper Alice Cooper. Yeah, it's a documentary based on Alice Cooper's life. It was recommended to me by Adam's Collection 101 or 101. Sorry, dude, I don't know there, but yeah, it was just okay. It wasn't as good as the one I've got about Lemmy or Ozzy Osbourne, but it was still quite interesting. I'd say interesting about Alice Cooper's life, and I didn't really know until watching this that Alice Cooper was actually the name of his band before it was the name of his solo career. Well, his name. So yeah, when he was in a band, that was their band name, Alice Cooper. So yeah, it was quite. It was a different sort of documentary as well, because you never actually see anyone talking in front of a camera. It's all done through pictures and video clips and what have you. So it's quite interesting. Next is Metallica, Some Sort of Monster. Again, this is another documentary. This is based on Metallica this time. It was okay, but don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of Metallica. I've always been a fan of Metallica. Ever since I first started listening to metal music, they've been one of my favourite bands. But watching this, you can definitely tell which ones out of them have got the egos. I mean, Lars Ulrich, his ego shows really badly in this, and I really didn't like him in this. It really done my head in. Even James Hetfield, I mean, you can even see his ego coming out in this. It's mainly them two that are always in charge of the lot of them, and you know, it was okay. It was interesting to watch, but it was just the clash of the egos that really got me. Really, I did also like that. I did also like the little snippet with Dave Mustaine in as well. Thought that was quite interesting. Where he's talking to Lars Ulrich about being sacked from the band and what have you, being fired. So yeah, it was interesting. Just one for the collection, really. Lastly, for non-horrors, we have the Cassandra Crossing. I saw this ages ago when I was younger. I think we got a free DVD with it through the newspaper, through the Daily Mail newspaper or something, or the Sun, one of them. But they was doing lots of these movies free with a newspaper, and I can remember two in particular. One was the original Poseidon Adventure, which I'd never seen before, and I really enjoy that now. And the other one was this one, the Cassandra Crossing. And I only watched it once, but I never remember, growing up, I could never remember what the name of this movie was called. All I remember was that I enjoyed it. So I found it, got it again, and still really enjoy it. I mean, you've got Richard Harris in this, you've got Martin Sheen as well, so, and even O.J. Simpson, so it's a pretty good movie. Right, so start finishing the video with the horrors now. So first we have Life Force, released to us by Arrow Video. I think this one's been out a while now. It's been taking my time to get it, but I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't enjoy this movie. I just found it boring as hell. Yeah, there's not a lot I enjoyed about it. I think it's quite a cult classic now. I think it's got quite a good cult following, but I don't know what it is. I just didn't enjoy it, to be honest. Perhaps I need to give it another watch. Next is Trick or Treat, and this isn't the Trick or Treat with the anthology movie. I've already got that. That's a great film, but that was Trick or Treat, I believe. This is Trick or Treat. This is an 80s movie. I don't know if people are aware of this movie. It should be, really. It's basically this young guy listens to a lot of metal music like I do, finds out that he's a rock star icon, his idol, has died, and he gets given the last ever record that the guy made, intending to play it on Halloween night. And when he plays it backwards, the guy starts talking to him from beyond the grave and what have you. It's just great fun, great soundtrack to it. I don't think a lot of people would have not seen this, to be honest. A lot of horror fans, but it's a great movie. I really enjoyed it. Next is one that I really did enjoy, somewhat rotten, and it was Dead Snow 2, Red vs Dead. Now, when I first started watching it, I thought it was a bit silly, to be honest. I thought that they'd ruined it. But as the film gets on, I really enjoyed this. I even laugh out loud moments in this. Really great fun. I watched it in a double bill with the first one. It's the first time I ever watched this one, so I thought, right, I might as well watch the first one first and then put this one straight on. And it was just great fun. Really great fun. Really highly recommend this one. Next is The Faculty. Or no, The Facility even. That's a different movie, The Faculty, I believe. But yeah, this is The Facility. A British horror movie. I've actually really enjoyed this one as well. I don't know how long it's been out or, you know, if anyone's watched it, but I highly recommend this one. It's basically a load of people get paid to take this experimental drug and it all goes wrong. So the only person that I recognise from this is Alex Reed from The Descent and Wilderness. I think she's been in some other... Oh, and Arachnid as well. She was in that, but yeah, she's in this one. If you know who she is, she's in this, and she's great in this movie. Actually, I quite liked her performance in this. So yeah, definitely worth getting. So next is Triangle. This has been one I wanted for ages. I saw it a good couple of years ago on telly, and I really enjoyed it. So I decided to get it on DVD finally. Really crazy story. I can remember when I first watched this, I didn't have a clue what was happening, and that's what I liked about it. Just so many things were happening, and it was just so crazy. So yeah, definitely a great movie. Check it out if you haven't. Next is Paradise Lost. Now, the common theme with this one and Triangle is it's got Melissa George in, and in this film she is smoking hot, and she is one of my top movie crushes at the moment. But this film's great gory movie. Pretty much a hostel in Brazil, really. That's why I couldn't explain it. Next is Unhinged. Again, this is one that I've been wanting to see for a while. Yeah, it was just okay to me, really. Not massive. I think this is the lowest body count I've ever seen in it, but it was okay. It had that creepy feeling. This one's released to us by 88 Films, so they're doing quite good releases at the moment, so pick this one up. I don't know if this is uncut either, because it was a video nasty, so... And lastly, for this update, we have The Bay. Now, I was really disappointed with this one. I know a lot of people gave it negative reviews and what have you, but when I was watching the trailer, I was thinking it was going to be something like Wreck or Quarantine, but like with zombies or something. But no, it's not. It's just an infection movie, really. A bit like, sort of like Cabin Fever. Well, Cabin Fever meets Quarantine, I'd say, but without the zombies. But it was okay, but I was disappointed because I was thinking I was getting something like Quarantine. But yeah, that's it really. Not much to say about that one. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing if you have, and I'll see you all later. Bye.